volatility is the fact that stocks don't move in a straight line. So this is an example I chose, SPY in 2021, and I chose it because it's very clear what's going on here. The price itself can be decomposed into two parts. The average return, or the drift as it's sometimes known, and then the fluctuations around that drift. So here we've just, basically if I add this to this, we'll get back to this. This is like what stock traders are trying to predict, the drift. And it's very difficult. Particularly, but you can predict it at microsecond level, you can predict it at 5-year level. Predicting it at the day-to-day level is almost impossible. Now, a lot of people will try this. I've tried it. It's either impossible to do or it's so hard to do that you're better off doing something else. And remember, the aim here is to make money. The aim isn't to solve the most difficult problem or the most interesting problem. So we're kind of going to say we can't predict this. And if we can, by the way, don't trade options, because options aren't the simplest, cheapest way to trade this. If you can predict return, just buy the stock or sell the stock, I guess. But what we can do is, once we've decomposed this entire movement into these two parts, we can find that there are regularities around volatility, and hence we can predict it. That's the important thing about volatility, is that it's predictable. And don't take my word for it. William Sharpe, Nobel Prize winner, inventor of the Sharpe ratio, said this. So for predicting future values or stock returns, predicting future values of anything, historical data is quite useful for standard deviations or volatility. And this is important, virtually useless for expected returns. So it goes back to our poker analogy. Even if you can predict returns, this is a worse poker game to be in. You want to be in the easiest game, which is where volatility is. And this is the reason we can predict it. Going back to phenomena, right? The phenomena is, we're going to look at this and say, well, what can I see is going on here? And what we can see is that first, volatility clusters. So volatility today is the same as it was yesterday. This is why it is easy to predict the volatility for 0 DTE options, because it's a very, very hard problem to predict volatility today better than it was yesterday. So if you know what it was yesterday, today, almost certainly to be almost the same. In the long run, however, it mean reverts. So long-term volatility will be what it's always been in the past. So if you want me to give you an estimate for S&P volatility, I'll look to see what it was yesterday, can't remember, 16%, and that's what it will be today. If you want me to give you a 5-year estimate, I'll say it is the long-term volatility. So in 5 years, over that 5-year period, it'll be 18.5, because that's what it's been in the past. All volatility pricing models are just interpolations between these two things. So the famous models like GARCH, eGARCH, RGARCH, GGRGARCH, and every other kind of GARCH are all basically slightly different interpolations between these two.